Hey, welcome. Hey, Rex. Welcome to trying to get back. Welcome to Cat tries to get back to a regular streaming schedule. Uh, Today we're going to be playing some Final Fantasy VII. As you probably picked up from the music that was playing. Sometimes you get the cool thing about the way I have this rigged is this is the only time you get pre-roll music. I can't share music. Whoa, whoa, whoa! So we are gonna be rocking some Final Fantasy VII this evening for a while. How if I didn't drop the controller? But yeah, so today's good. Yes, I got before anybody asks, yes, I got them all cut. I did not just get a haircut, I got them all cut. I lost about... Where are my peeps? We're about to speak, friend, and enter. We are about to connect to go to the mines of coral. Yeah, it is much cooler. I lost about 5 pounds today, just of hair. It was ridiculous. Like, I just couldn't stand it anymore. I usually get it done before I go to Kansas City, since that didn't happen this year. Oops. I probably should get my hair cut. Yeah, it looks cooler. It feels cooler. It needs to be washed and blown out and flattened, which I will do later because I have to get. I have to be photographed tomorrow for my new job. Yeah, I'm still gonna melt. As a matter of fact, here comes the fan. But it'll be a little bit better. Yeah, the hair does not help. Yeah, the TBH, I am in fear that they're going to shut everything down again, and I figured I best get as much get some of it lopped off before that happens, or else I'm really going to hate my life. So let's get into this, because it's been a while, and I want to get going. PSX. Yes. Continue. Oh, right. Where's my sound? I turned it all the way down. I have the clippers in the closet hair mode go. Oh, yeah. I can't get away with that. My hair, even when it's being cut by a professional, doesn't like to be cut. I have very fine hair and it breaks easily. So, like, anytime anyone tries to cut my hair, it drives them nuts. So when last we left our party, we had just gotten to the other next continent. I did a little bit of grinding with Aerith, so she has her level 2. Trying to get that great gospel. So we're gonna keep moving. So how is audio sounded good on my test? Let me know if I need to adjust anything on your end. These guys are just a pain in the butt. PS one is a bit high. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay. Better? While everybody sits here and gets attacked. Yeah, like that. One of the things I've talked about. You think better? Okay. One of the things I talked about kind of during my presentation was my one single complaint with OBS is that it does not store audio levels. So, like, I would really, really like it if say, you know, my PSX scene stored the audio levels that I need for the PlayStation, and my GS, the gain is obviously turned up higher for the GS than it is for this, because the GS doesn't put out quite the sound that the PlayStation does. But, I mean, it's a free program, you know. It's a free program, and it's a pretty good program, so I can't complain too much. I just want to get into the mine. Where is the mine? Because I hate fighting the Russian nesting dolls. Because they're a pain in the butt, and they only count as one thing. Okay. Oh, that's cute. I think these guys, I can't remember if it's they have a ridiculously high, but I think it's they have a ridiculously high dex. Yeah, we got some second level spells, so that's helpful. We'll use all these items eventually. This is so pretty, and it's too bad that it like completely goes away. You get a giant crater in it after things happen. Although, behind that waterfall is some cool stuff that we'd like to get to eventually, so I guess we need that crater. Yeah, I'm not sure if either that or... Oh wait, I think I know what it is. I bet. No. Oh, it's absorbing what he's doing. Alright, we probably don't want to have elemental lightning on him anymore. Alright. Or we'll just do this. Because I want that elemental. Although it's not elemental in this game, is not anywhere near as important as it is in the remake, and it's not... I just don't have a lot of good stuff yet. Sure. That makes sense. Yeah, that scans. Cheat mode go. Cheat mode is on the floor. I'll have to go grab it. It is a good materia selection, but I need more. Yay! Given grounding. Yeah, I did some grinding last stream just to get Aerith up to where I wanted her. And because I needed some more money. And there may be, I mean, this may involve off-stream grinding too. I'm pretty sure this is where I want to be. Yeah, this has got to be where I want to be. Yeah. Wow. Hey, you're actually talking to me. What is it? I just passed a guy in a black cloak back there. I tried to tell him that it's dangerous up ahead and he ignored me. Sephiroth. There was a black cloak guy here too? I'm moving on ahead. Well, actually, Red, we're all moving on. This is such a pretty, like, I don't know, like, background scene. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Some oh, nice. Some Tandy love. I just watched Video Game Historian. That is so pretty, even with the fake lens flare. I just watched the Game Historian's new video on Mario Paint, and now I, like, for no apparent reason, really kind of want a copy of Mario Paint. I'm trying to be fancy here. I don't have anything Tandy, but I know Rex is a big fan of the Tandy, I know that. Now, Tandy I don't, I'm mostly Apple and then old consoles. You kind of have to declare a major in retro computing or you can get overwhelmed very, very easily. And so I kind of declared Apple as my major a long time ago. Should have picked up some more lip stuff. Computer cam for the Tandy and the Apple too. Yeah, it's just pretty sure, yeah. Like, Tandy was not one I played with. TRS-80 Model 3 I played with. We had the Model 3 and the Model 4 discs. And mostly Apple. Yeah, you can, at 4 a.m., you're right. You can go broke just on one platform. Let alone if I was into, you know, Commodore and everything, and Amiga, and Commodore, and Tandy, and... Just all my classic Mac stuff, what I had was what... Yeah, that classic Macs can get you into trouble space-wise, because like, that's the thing. I love the compact Mac, I love the form factor, but I really only ever will probably have the one I have. Because, like, I can just see classic Macs all-in-ones taking up so much space. No, just go this way. Pretty sure just go this way. Okay, sorry. So I lean over and get cheat stop! Cheat stop! Cheat stop! Yeah, the iMac yeah, that's a lot of space. That is a big chunk of space. Coral Mountains. Necessarily on. Okay. I mean, there's stuff here, but I know where to get it. Alright, safe. Heck yeah. So she should take out the little guys, and the other two should take out the big ones. Perfect. Brilliant. Alright, because this way, if we mess up getting the things you have to fall to get, we're covered. You forgot to save here? Oh no! Left. That way if we bust this up. That way if we bust this up. Because we get a new staff for Aerith, which is very good. It's not so good. I mean, double growth is nice, but materia slots are better. Okay, that's gonna come in handy. Because we're coming up on an event that forces you to use Barret. And I haven't really been leveling Barret, so it'll be fine. I've done this event enough that I know all the tricks. But it does help to give him a better weapon. Another star pendant. Some stuff up here. Turbo ether, good. Transform if I want to turn things into frogs. Transform is kind of lame. I want her getting as many kills as she can. Ribbit, yeah. I really like to get some of the 5 seed mushroom groups. Those are good for mass kills. This is one of the good places in the games to rack up a ton of kills. Cloud, go, Cloud, go. Because this is it. Turn the lever. Yes. Some shaking because we didn't actually want to animate it. How did the big thing not die? I feel like the big thing should have died. What do I have for him? Yeah, I already have. So you could steal a diamond pin from the things, the dinosaur-looking things, but that's the equipment I already have, so I'm not super worried about it. Probably because it's in the back row, it's not taking as much damage. Yeah, that's exactly why it didn't die when I thought it should die. I probably... I'll take a high potion. I'll take high potions all day and night, though. Zip down here. Down here, because I know that there's a cave down here. That's what I'm talking about. Get them kills. See, a few of those, and we'll be at break limit level 3 in no time. Which is exactly what we want. Okay, there is a cave here. Somewhere in this neighborhood, there is a cave. Right there. Mine source. How'd you ever wind up here? I'm sorry I can't do a thing for you. Well, we're just passing through. PS1's audio is still slightly too hot and drowning you out. Okay. Backed it down a little bit more. We're skipping the, we'll skip the chocobo. The baby birds. Oh yeah, the burb nest. I forgot, the burb nest. The burb nest is optional and just gives you love points with Tifa. And since we're trying to not get the Tifa date, I think we're just gonna skip that. Alright, lightning level 2. Oh yeah, we get to do the gold saucer. You get stuffs if you kill the burbs. If you get 10 Phoenix downs if you kill the burbs. So it's not tragic. I was hoping I could one-shot him. Uh-oh. Oh, that vaguely helpful. Oh, okay, so you don't get anything because he blew up in your face. Fun. Cloud running right at you is a little spooky. Read along. Okay. Well, looky here. Never thought I'd see your face again. They kick you out of another town or something. You destroy everything you touch. You got a lot of balls coming back here. Look at this place. It's all your fault North Coral turned into a garbage heap. Why don't you say something? Or did you forget what you done here already? I'm sorry. You ain't even worth the effort. Don't waste your time talking to that techno freak. I know, that's why I'm not playing the enhanced Steam port, and I need to go back and look and see if they did that to the Final Fantasy VII PS4 port or not, because I have it downstairs on the PS4. But yeah, I saw that on the Steam port, and I was like, nope, 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 also nope. So much nope. The Pope of Nope has spoken. You heard him. It's my fault the town was destroyed. Please buy something. Can't remember if there's anything good here. See, like, I can buy Phoenix Downs all I want. It's not like in Remake where Phoenix Downs are kind of harder to come by. We need some weapons. Force Stealer. Ooh, hey, we'll take a better sword for Cloud. Oh. It's better and it's double. When do I get his next better sword? Coral Prison, Desert. What do we have? The Hard Edge? Yeah, he's not really using materia anyway. Alright. Let's get some of that double growth happening. I will never sell the Buster Sword just because it's the Buster Sword. Alright, doesn't need Ifrit. Take... What needs to be leveled up quickly? Okay, I know this sounds dumb, but I want to level up an all kind of fast. And, ooh, I want to level up this kind of fast. Let's get this going faster. Yeah, let's get that going faster. And let's get that going faster. Because the faster we can get it sooner, the better, too. Just remember... Alright, so that'll help. A little bit. I think you can sleep in one of these places. I want to leave this garbage dump of a town but start a new life. If I had a buggy, I'd cross the southern desert and go to that town across the river. Everyone knows the accident couldn't have been avoided, but no one will be satisfied until someone takes the blame. Yeah, so the Gongaga event is actually completely optional. You can complete the game without doing that event. So this is kind of the game's way of telling you, hey, there's another town, it's optional, but you should really check it out. This might be... I know there's an inn. Maybe. And I'd like to sleep and restore Aerith's MP. I think this one. Yeah. Yeah, this is where I want to be. 50 gil, yes, please. Give Gib all those sweet, sweet heals. So we're gonna go to the gold saucer, but we're not gonna do a whole lot of gold saucer stuff yet. I don't feel like messing with... There's really nothing there. I don't care about getting Aerith's umbrella. I'm really bad at the roller coaster game anyway. Barrett, what happened? Sorry. What happened? My hometown used to be around here. What do you mean, used to? It ain't here no more. Heard it got buried in just 4 years. But how could those people say those terrible things? And it's my fault. All my fault. My hometown, Coral's always been a coal mining town. It's so dusty but calm and so poor. A real small town, this one. That's the first time I ever heard the word Mako reactor mentioned since then. Village head. What are we gonna do? The only one against this is Dine. I am definitely against it no matter what. There's nothing to talk about if you're talking about throwing away our coal. Our coal's been protected for generations. Our fathers and theirs before them risked their lives for it. We have no right to throw it away so easily. But listen, Dine, no one uses coal nowadays. It's the sign of the times. Right, everything is Mako now. It'll be alright, Dine. Shinra will guarantee your livelihood once the Mako reactor is complete. Yeah, tell me another one. Listen, Dine, I don't want my wife Myrna to suffer anymore. I know how you feel. I feel the same way too. But even so, I won't give away our coal mines. Dine, you've got to understand. So I have this ties into a very interesting head theory I have we'll talk about. That's how the Corel reactor was built and completed. We all thought it would bring us an easier life. Nothing. It happened when Diane and I were out of town for a few days. Coral was burned down by the Shinra troops. All the townspeople, all my relatives, everyone, everything. Shinra troops? What for? There was an explosion at a reactor. Shinra blamed the accident on the people, said it was done by a rebel faction. That's so terrible! Well, I guess that's true, but more than Shinra, I couldn't forgive myself. Never should have gone along with the building of the reactor. Don't blame yourself. We were all fooled by the promises Shinra made back then. That's why I get so pissed off. Not only did they take advantage of me, but I lost my wife, Myrna, too. Hey, everyone, if you want to go to the Gold Saucer, hurry and get on. Yes, let's go to the Gold Saucer. Let's go. Dine was my best friend. We were close ever since we were kids. I never knew. Barrett never said a thing. Not sympathizing with Barrett, he should never have trusted Shinra Inc. I mean, she's not wrong. We better go. MCP Durez is now following. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. This delight for the sights, this delight of sight and sound. So anybody who hasn't played this game, the Gold Saucer is basically the Las Vegas of Final Fantasy VII. Somebody I know, I think somebody described it to me that way once, and I think it is literally the best description I've ever heard of Gold Saucer. It has chocobo racing. I know, Rex. This is the next thing I can't wait to see in the remake is what they do with the Gold Saucer. Like, I love what they did with the Honeybee Inn and that whole wall market sequence was just done. And I am going to stream that, so I don't want to talk too much about it, but the wall market sequence was just done perfect. It was really, they took what could have been a very, very squicky, sequence, and they just knocked it out of the park. And this is another one that could be really uncomfortable if it's done wrong. Are you together? A single pass is 3,000 gil or a lifetime pass? We're gonna get the single pass because we don't have... Because at times I had to replay it to 100% of the trophy, but yeah. If you can leave Gold Saucer, your ticket becomes invalid. Have a time, pay with GP, money you can know, Disney Bucks. Yes, Disney Bucks. I don't... Enjoy yourselves. Alright, so I got... Yeah, that's the thing is that having to do that chapter so many times, and I've still got some more times to do it. So we're not going to mess around too much on this visit to the Gold Saucer. We'll come back here and mess around a little bit more later in the game. When we have more money and more gold points to get GP and stuff. We're just going to kind of advance the plot right now. Wow, let's have fun! I know this isn't the right time to do this, then don't! Barrett, cheer up! I ain't no cheery moose, so just leave me alone. Really? That's too bad. Let's go! Wasn't that a little harsh, Era? Just act normal when this happens. You think so? Of course. I love how Aerith, she knows. She's so... even in this game, if you really start to read between the text, you realize that she's really got a good head on her shoulders. We're gonna go play! So play, messing around. Don't forget we're after Sephiroth. I think he's mad. He'll be fine. He seems to be doing a little better now. So, Event Square is the play. We'll play with that later. Speed Square is the roller coaster, which I'm really bad at. And if I do want to make serious runs at the roller coaster, I need to find somewhere in this mess, I have a third-party PlayStation controller with a turbo button on it. And if you're going to take any sort of serious whacks at the roller coaster, you absolutely need a turbo button, or you'd be like, break your thumb. I can't remember what Round Square... Oh, Round Square is the gondola ride. Ghost Square is the hotel. Battle Square will swing... Yeah, Mr. T was in Final Fantasy VII, absolutely. Battle Square... So that in 1997, that is what somebody thought a black man in America would be, I guess. I don't know. His recharacterization in the remake is so much better and so much deeper, and that was another thing that just, like, they took this character that in this game was kind of almost a caricature and fleshed him out and made him just a wonderful, wonderful character. Yeah, 2020 Barrett is so much better, so much deeper, so much, his energy is so much, it's different, and different in a good way. Chocobo Square is Chocobo Racing, so Battle Square and Chocobo Square we'll see enough of later in the game. We're just going to go to Wonder Square and advance the plot. Yeah, the Southern Baptist energy is, don't go alone without me. The Southern Baptist energy, I think I was supposed to talk to Aerith there. Oh well. Hey you, what are you looking so down for? Ketchi, the most important thing about Ketchi here is that Ketchi gives me the Manipulate materia, and the Manipulate materia gets you some really choice enemy skills, which as soon as we get done with this little section, we're going to go back for, because it gets you Big Guard and it gets you White Wind, both of which are, like, stupendously useful from now until basically the end of the game. So we're going to get it on both, and luckily they're both cast all, so I can put my second enemy skill materia on and get two people up with those. No, I did not get beta yet because I did not feel like getting my butt kicked. I'll get beta later. Now might be a good time, or this trip might be a good time to get beta because I'm not too strong. I'm not going to win. I've never gotten beta on the first trip, Rex, because I don't feel like getting pounded into the ground by the snake. I'm sorry, a fortune-telling machine. The names. I promise you, it's Irish, and I promise you it is pronounced Ketchi. And that's how we're going to say it. You can only read the future. You kidding? I can find missing people, missing things, anything. Then can you tell me where a man named Sephiroth is? Sephiroth, right? Okay, here goes. I like Ketchi's music. Ketchi's just, like, so useless in battle. It'll be an act of fortune. Give in to the goodwill of others and something big will happen after summer. What's this? Let me try again. Be careful of forgetfulness. Your lucky color is blue? Forget it. Wait. Give me another chance. Let me try again. What the? What? What you pursue will be yours, but you will lose something dear. Yeah, Machina Abridged. If you're into Final Fantasy VII, go find Team 4 Star's website and watch Final Fantasy VII Machina Abridged. It's really funny. But you will lose something dear. I don't know if that's good or bad. That's the first time I've gotten something like this. Then shall we? What are you talking about? As fortune teller, I can't help but think about this. If I don't see what it leads to, I won't be able to relax. That's why I'm going with you. What are we gonna do, Cloud? I'm coming with you no matter what you say. Hey, I'm just gonna walk right into you. Alright. Alright, first thing we're gonna do... we're going to plunder Ketshi. Alright, let's give my front line. What do I want to do next? I think battle is where I need to go to advance the plot. Not ghost! Wonder, battle. Because you hear that music and you know something's up. Oh no, this dude just fell over. Dead. What? Why? Cloud, where are you going? Did Sephiroth do this? No, it's not him. They're all shot. Sephiroth would never use a gun. Hey, what happened? A man with a gun on his arm. It can't be. Hold it right there and stay quiet. I like the fact that Dio, like, walks around with, like, no clothes on. Like, totally comfortable in his own skin. Love it. This is, like I said, stuff that I'm not sure how they're going to handle in the remake, Exhibit A. Did you do this? No, it wasn't us. Hurry and run, it's gonna get ugly. You only run if you did something wrong. That's as far as you go. Wait, listen to Cloud. I like that they have specific mechs to pick up people. Like, what kind of trouble do people get in the Gold Saucer that they have to have a specific mech that picks up people? Also, I love that this is called Gateway to Heaven. Hey! Pay for your crime down below. I also am not sure how I feel about the fact that Dio, or Dio, however you want to say it, is judge, jury, and executioner. Like, Gold Saucer is its own country, apparently. You alright? Where are we? A desert prison. Coral prison. This is Coral. A desert prison. Yeah, a natural prison in the middle of the desert surrounded entirely by quicksand. I heard that once you get in, you never get out. But there was one special exception. Hey, Barrett! Barrett? Did he really? Stay back, this is something I gotta deal with. Just leave me alone. That's one of your friends? He sure looks dangerous. Cloud, what should we do? Barrett's not his normal self. So, in the Japanese version that this book is, the guide is based on, you could go down in, there's nothing in this hole, even though you can go down in it. But in the Japanese version, that's where they tucked a test area, so there were these test zero enemies that were worth like a ton of XP and a ton of AP, and they had a ton of hit points, but they wouldn't fight back because it was a test area for them to test combat. And I remember the first time I played that I didn't realize that this game was based on the Japanese import. And okay, so dude behind me wants to steal stuff from me, and I spent way too much time down in that pit. Well, also, dude in the back will steal from me, so we are going to make sure that he goes away as soon as we possibly can. Take that. So, like, if you stop at the save point or anything, that dude running behind me will actually, like, nick some gil from me. I don't remember what Breath of the Earth does. I think it... I think Breath of the Earth is cure status ailments. What's important is I need to use it about 5 or 6 more times so that she can get her level 3 breaks. Or no, wait, or so I can move past the break she's on now. So if you look, and if you think back to the cutscene that we just watched with Barrett, this is the same room, only in obviously dilapidated and in poor repair, because this is Coral. This prison is where Barrett used to live. This is what happened to the town. It got buried, and now it's a prison. Didn't I tell you not to come here? Hold on, we want to talk. You'll understand if you hear us out. I want to know how he knew there was a guy behind the couch, but he's just that good. Didn't want none of you to get involved. Well, we're involved. That's Cloud's line. It's too dangerous. I can't let you get involved, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're already involved. We saw you and hurried here, so come on, Barrett, just tell us what's going on. You guys, I heard that the murders were at the battle arena were done by a man with a gun arm. Was that you? There's another man that got a gun grafted into one of his arms. It was 4 years ago. I was on my way home from visiting a Mako reactor being built. Barrett, Dine, come quick. The village is being attacked. It's Shinra soldiers. What? I'm not sure where the desert came from, honestly. Because here we see, like, I'm not sure in 4 years how this whole area went from being, like, trees to, like, desert and quicksand with a big gold mushroom growing out of it. Little willing suspension of disbelief here. Hey, Barrett, it's not over yet. Everyone's waiting. Let's get back. Barrett, Dine, protect the village. Old man. Old man! Come on, Barrett, we gotta hurry. Yeah! Barrett, you stay here. Ha ha ha! You can't shoot all day and never hit him with aim like that. Stop playing around and cover me. Watch out! Dine, hang on! Listen to me. You coming back to the village, you hear? Yeah, I ain't letting go. You're coming back. Everyone's waiting for you. Eleanor and Marlene, they're all waiting on us. From then on, I couldn't use my right arm no more. I was depressed for a while, but then I threw away my artificial arm and got this gun grafted in. Got a new right arm to get revenge on the Shinra who took everything away. Back then I heard the doc say there was another man who got the same operation on me but on his left arm. But Dine's injury was the same as yours, right? Yeah, that's right. He was deceived by the Shinra too. He'll probably join us to fight against the Shinra. Wouldn't bet on it. I gotta apologize to Dine before I can rest in peace, and that's why I gotta go alone. Do whatever you want. Is that what you want to hear? Well, I can't let you do it. Because if you die on me, I'm gonna have nightmares. Barrett, this isn't the end. Weren't you gonna save the planet? Tifa, you ought to know by now. That's alright, I'm not so different than you. That's easier to understand. It's you, Barrett. So there it is, Barrett. Guess it'll be me, Barrett, and Aerith. Duh. Yep. Okay, so Barrett is going to be fighting a solo boss fight here in the not too terribly distant future. So, good things to give him. Let's do this. Oh, that really doesn't need to be on. I'll give him... Who has poison? Cloud, okay. Give him a summon. I don't know. Honestly, you need restore, and you need poison, and a summon just makes it go a little bit faster. Hello, Mukat. No, this is not a difficult fight, especially if you know it's coming and you're prepared for it, then it's really not a hard fight at all. Platinum bangle. Who has a platinum bangle? Oh, you can steal from the death claws. Alright, so if when we find a death claw, we want to steal from them and we want to get laser from them. So are both of our... Yeah. Although... Sure. An empty slot is a wasted slot. I do hate this map because it's real easy to get lost and end up fighting worms. Words of truth. What? Yeah, an empty slot is a wasted slot. That is how I play this game, whether this version or the remake version. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do this without messing it up. because I always mess. I do not want to end up out in the desert fighting worms. Oh! Okay, that worked too. That wasn't what I was planning, but it worked. Tents are good. Cloud can cure her. Guard in the northern half of the town, Mississippi go into the Coral Desert. The constant enemy attacks here can be annoying because there's stuff that steals from you. Yes, yes. I think I might need to get other cheat mode. The map for this area in this book is not that great. Oh, that is super not what I wanted to do. What's important? So I think self-destruct is actually a counterattack. Yes! Restore level up. Give that to Aerith now. Actually, give that to Barrett right now. Oops. Exchange. Alright, fine, let's just do it this way. Only because he's got to go and he's got to fight all by himself, and so we're going to give him the higher level. We're gonna... We should mute the microphone when we do that. We're gonna knock things over. Alright, where is the map that makes sense? Because I really don't want to end up... Okay. I think it's this way. Sorry about that, headphone users. I totally just, like, ran into... Gosh! Oh, get some sleep. Yes, please get some sleep. Sleep is very important. Gosh darn it. Maybe I was supposed to go through the gate. We just need to make it reload a bunch of times, and then a chocobo cart will come and rescue us. I could fight the sandworms, but I really don't want to. They're kind of a pain. Yes, walk without rhythm. That's exactly what I have to do, is walk without rhythm. I feel like I should have passed out by now. Well, so much for walking without rhythm, because now we've got a sandworm to fight. Like I said, it's a really confusing area. She should probably be casting spells. But I'm not that smart. Actually, no. Only because it's another use of her limit break. Actually, I shouldn't be using him for that. I need to get my head on my shoulders here. He got his limit, that's helpful. There we go, finally. Wanna ride? Yes. Oh my goodness, we want to ride. Junin, Coral Prison. Alright. Oh, I see what I was supposed to do. Let's go this way. Alright, so we're gonna bop around in this area for a while because there is another enemy skill to be had. It's called Laser. I can get it other places, but getting it here would be amazing. Now that I know what I'm doing. You are not what I want. Oh yeah, dude, you could totally have that, actually. The pew-pew, yes, I want the pew-pew lasers. I very much want the pew-pew lasers. We're gonna have at least one complete enemy skill level by the enemy skill materia by the end of this. I think there's another. Oh, I guess there's. No, we're not, because this is where we want to be. Oh well, we'll get the pew pew lasers later. There are other enemies you can get pew pew laser from. For some reason, I thought you had 2 screens of that. Now there's a voice I haven't heard in years. A voice I'll never forget. I always hoped I'd be able to see you again someday. I knew you were alive somewhere. We had the same operation. Listen to me die and I wanna... What's that? I hear her voice. I hear her voice, Eleanor's voice, begging me not to hate your rotten guts. That's why I didn't hunt you down. I know I was stupid. I'm not asking you to forgive me. But what you're doing in a place like this? Why you want to kill those that not even involved? Why? Why do you care? Are the people killed going to understand why? Are the people of Coral going to understand just hearing Shinra's excuses? I don't care what the reason is. All they give us are artillery and stupid excuses. What's left is a world of despair and emptiness. I don't know why it's cutting off the side. Barrett. You still want to hear why? Alright, I'll tell you. Because I want to destroy everything. The people of this city. The city itself. The whole world. I got nothing left in this world. Coral, Eleanor, Marlene. Dying. Marlene, she's still alive. So Marlene is not Barrett's daughter. Marlene is Dine's daughter. I went back into town. I thought she was gone for sure. That's why I wanted to be by her side till the end. So when I found her, I found Marlene. She's in Midgar. Let's go see her together, alright? So she's still alive. Alright, Barrett, I guess that means you and me gotta fight. What? Eleanor's alone all by herself. I've got to take Marlene to her. Are you insane? Marlene wants to see her mom, doesn't she? Stop, Diane, I can't die yet. Well, my life's been over ever since then. Stop it, I don't want to fight you. Barrett! Cloud, you stay out of this. This is my problem. Stick him, because you can stick him with bio, and that helps a lot. Yeah, there we go. And we have the really good restore materia. So that's quick fix. Yeah, just keep pumping up my limit gauge there, buddy. Probably should be absorbing something. Nope. Uh-oh, this could be bad. Ah! I got greedy! I got greedy! Womp womp. I mean, it's not a Final Fantasy game if we don't game over at least once. I think... Yeah, we have to start from our last save, which is fine. Because now we have another chance to get the pew pew lasers! There's no great loss without some small gain. Yeah, silver lining. Also, I know which direction to go this time. This way. And then over to where the dude is. Give me back my gill, you goober. Yeah, I think the guy walking there is supposed to be your visual clue that you go this way. But alright. Here, pew pew pews. Here, laser, laser, laser. The cars look really neat. Yeah, these things. They also have this. I probably should have equipped Manipulate. I think they'll cast laser on their own, but I don't actually remember. I think they're the Pew Pew Laser. These might not be the Pew Pew Laser guys. These might be different guys. Oh, yeah, no. These are bull motors. I want the other thing in this area. Okay. Slight pause while I check. Hello! Amiga Bill, hello, how are you? Welcome! Oh, you're so welcome! You are so welcome. Us retro streamers have to support each other. Hey, guess what? Cloud can do that too now. Please don't kill Barrett. Please don't kill Barrett. Please don't kill my party. What in... Yeah, you're catching me trying to play a part of the game that I usually have no problems with, but for some reason tonight I am just running up against a wall. Alright. That was... Although I think it was because I didn't realize what I was fighting. I thought I was fighting something different. Yeah, womp womp. Waiting. And now also, then I have to remember that... Oop, that's not what I want. Whenever I come back to the screen, it doesn't have my custom controls loaded. So I have to actually like remember the default controls. Because it doesn't load my custom controls until we get here. Because it's a PlayStation, this is the OG PlayStation version, all of that is stored, none of that's stored in system. Like I think in the remakes, or in the ports for like Steam and PS4, it saves your custom config. But it's saved as part of your save file. So until you load your save file, you don't have your custom controls. Alright, let's not be stupid this time. Yeah, tricky that. Yeah, I mean, it's something you just have to think of. It's hardware. Oh, no, no, no. Give me back that wind slash. I know that... I have no idea why I tried to auto-mod 3D. That is bizarre. Twitch, please stop being as helpful. To make room to stream later. Oh yeah, I mean, it is incredibly rewarding and incredibly fun to do this, so I'm super excited that you're going to be getting in on the fun as well. Okay, so if it's bull motors, we know to, okay, you are not what I wanted. 3D is hateful, 2D is well. I mean, that was, and that's what it's funny about this, is there is a time, and obviously I think we all remember, this was state of the art. Like, we saw the fact that it was rotating around and it was doing 3D and everything else. And we thought that this was just absolutely amazing. Oh, I see. Okay. It's Lady Ailuros. Yeah, it's Ailuros. If you look, it's AI. The AIL prefix is having to do or pertaining to cats. So it roughly translates to cat lover. Yeah, I'm one of those weird people who actually enjoyed the part of SAT prep way back then when we studied like roots and prefixes and suffixes. Alright, this is what we're talking about. I want to kill you. I want to kill you. Yeah, it is a very fancy term for crazy cat lady. That's okay. I might have to manipulate her. I don't remember. Cats, 2 rescues, and 1 feral that moved in. I mean, that's the cats adopt us. Mine is he decamped, I think. Oh, perfect. Okay, now do that to Aerith. Also, give me that sweet, sweet platinum bangle. Yes! Okay, you are... come on, Aerith! 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 I said Aerith! Like that! Thank you! I mean, I am an equal opportunity furry creature lover. I will say that. I mean, obviously I like cats better. And, but I am not home enough and am way too busy in my life to have a dog. Like, dogs are awesome, and, I wouldn't mind having a dog. But I just am not home enough, and dogs require you to be... Oh, okay, I thought that was a better bangle. I guess not. Alright. We can sell those later. Or for dogs, but I won't begrudge someone. Yeah, but yeah, Othello, and, Othello is... He's a little more self-sufficient, on days when I go on vacation. It's just tear through all this text. I've already performed this. Yeah, like my brother-in-law wants a dog, so I may be dog adjacent. I'm in the same boat. I can't take... I know. We had a dog when I was a kid. I know how much work a dog is. So it's a lot of work. The cat, I exercise, he plays, we exercise, but, I don't have to take him out, and I don't have to take him for walks. I just have to kind of get him to play around the house a little bit. He does, I can, if I need to leave overnight, I can just, leave some kibble out and he's pretty good. Oh, I know there are people that I tried to harness train him when he was a little man. When he was a small puffball, I tried to harness train him, and he was like, oh, heck no. Oh, no, I know that there are people who walk their cats. So actually what I should be talking about here is, fan theory. This is my personal fan theory as to why Marlene is the way she is. Because if you look, Dine was the only person in Coral to oppose the Mako reactor. Marlene, we see it a little bit at the end of this game and a little bit at the end of Remake, and you see it in Advent Children also. She seems to have this very tenuous connection with Aerith and with the planet. And it makes me wonder if the reason, like, and, you know, people have said, why does she know some of the things that she knows, Marlene? And you can really see this in Remake. And I am not unconvinced that on Dine's side of the family, at least, because he was opposed to the reactor, and he's the one that there's not some Cetra blood in his bloodline. Obviously not Aerith, not full blood or half blood, Cetra in Aerith's case, but just enough that she has that connection to notice, like, the flower lady and to notice things. And at the end, there's like a scene we'll talk about, and then like one of the last cutscenes where you see Marlene like right before things happen. So my fan theory has always been that somehow in Dine's ancestry, there's a tiny, tiny bit of Cetra blood. I'd have time, time or energy, That's exactly it. My aunt and uncle have dogs. They're amazing. But I see just, how much work it is. And I'm just visiting. Alright, stick him with poison. And heal more this time. This amazing dog, I get to see him every day. Yeah, I've got a couple of neighbors with awesome dogs too, so. Like, there are dogs, if I want, doggy love, I can get doggy loves. So I think he basically gets 2 attacks to every. We're gonna play this super conservatively. We may actually just let him run our gauge up. Matter of fact, I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna let Bio and Lemon Briggs do the thing. Oh yeah, I do have a summon, don't I? Like, that's what happens in, when you've been playing some of the other games is, you forget, like, oh yeah, I can summon whenever I want. I'm so used to, I have a summon, but I can't use it yet. I hate when he gets multiple attacks like that. Yeah, I know, it says it right there in the menu, but you just... I think it's over. Nope. Jeez. Oh, blast him. Got there. Silver armlet. That's, I think, what I want for... And this is very well done. Get back. It wasn't just my arm back then. I lost something irreplaceable. I don't know where I went wrong. Dine, I don't know either, man. Is this the only way we can resolve this? I told you, I want to destroy everything. Everything. This crazy world. Even me. And what about Marlene? What's going to happen to her? Think about it. Barrett, how old was Marlene back then? Even if I did go to her now, she wouldn't know me. And what's more, Barrett? These hands are a little too stained to carry Marlene anymore. Barrett. Give that pendant to Marlene. It was Eleanor's, my wife's memento. All right. Wow, Marlene's already 4. Barrett, don't ever make Marlene cry. Dine! Dine! Me and you were the same. My hands ain't any cleaner. I shouldn't be able to carry Marlene either. You want something? I want to go up. Like I told you before, you've got to get the boss's permission and win the chocobo. Dine's got his reasons and can't speak. So I got this instead. Yep. I want to go up. Right. Did you kill Dine? You must have, or you'd never be holding that thing. So Dine's dead. Maybe now this place will calm down a little. K-Fest was amazing. All the video streams are on YouTube on the K-Fest channel if you want to check some of them out. It was a good time. It was a good virtual conference. Dine didn't care who anyone was. Do you know? I don't know anything. Sorry. Then will you get us out of here? Oh man, you guys are mistaken. I already told you there's only one way to get out of here, and that's to win the chocobo race. Held up there in the gold saucer. And only one racer can go up at a time. Say what? No, really, even if you threaten me. A rule's a rule. Can't change it. If I do, the whole system down here will get messed up, and I can't do that. Alright, I'll let one of you go up, and you gotta deal with Dio. Alright then. Cloud, you go. We'll wait down here. Hurry up and win this chocobo race and get us out of here. Yeah, good luck, Cloud. Have you decided? All you need now is a manager and register and get a chocobo. Hi, I happened to hear your story. Esther. Yeah, I might see what's going on with West this weekend. If I'm going to try and maybe pop in on some of it. Is there a registration cost for West? I'll be your manager. Well, I have nothing against it, but this is Esther. She may look kind of funny, but there's no better manager in the races. That's so rude. Yeah, well, nice to meet you, Cloud. Is it free on their YouTube? Oh yeah, then I'm definitely going to check out some of the sessions. I'll send you up on the elevator. Esther will fill you in on the deets. Alright, what's the chocobo cheat? So that's what happened. I'll talk to Dia directly. Gold saucer, gold saucer. Battle square. Where's chocobo? Husbandry. You just concentrate on the race. Oh yeah, getting back to the other thing, there are many different types of chocobo jockeys. It's not just for criminals. Some people compete for the fame, some people compete for the money, and there's people like you. Oh yeah, I'll teach you how to ride a chocobo. There is. Alright. First use the select button for auto or manual. I probably could have skipped this. Gold saucer, gold saucer. Weapons. Chocobo racing! It's pretty hard to make the chocobo run if it doesn't like you. You can't help this one. Most of them are the ones I'm going to give you are mellow. Speed up, slow down. Directional buttons. Circle gives you boosts. Bad temperature chocobos. You need to set the controls. Alright. Basics of chocobo breeding. Alright. You knew! Hi, Joe! Hey, Esther, you looking pretty as usual. Thanks! Let me introduce you, Cloud. This is Joe, one of the top chocobo jockeys. So this would be the guy that she was talking about in Crisis Core, this like fantastic chocobo rider. It's like that was just a throwback to this section of the game, and you will see him again in chocobo racing. If you see him show up on in your race, unless you've got like an S rank gold chocobo that you've bred to be like phenomenal, you're pretty much boned. If you're with Esther, then right, he's an up-and-coming jockey. He's only been down here for a day and he already made it up here. What? Oh, I see. So what did you do down there? Sorry, you're not supposed to talk about the past here. Pretty interesting. I have a feeling we'll meet again. Then until we meet again, Cloud. I'm gonna check on the chocobo. You just wait here for a while. Gib, Ramu. So there's a cheat, and I think it's either L1 R1 or it's either L1 R1 or like L1 L2 or R1 R2, and that will give you, it refills your chocobo's speed quick, a little bit faster. And it's like, it's big super cheats and I use it all the time. Cloud! Thanks for waiting. I registered you in the next race. Oh yeah, you know how to ride one? Yeah, I got it. Then good luck! Move, 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 please, 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 please. If I remember correctly, he tires himself out. Yeah, usually if I IIRC, he staminas himself out, and we have to pass him. Because we are using big cheats, yo! Oh, Chester Chocobo comes later because your gold Chocobo like is kind of Cheeto orange-ish. That was easy. Never didn't have it. Never didn't have it. Woohoo! Congratulations, you're home free. Oh yeah, the owner told me to give you this letter when you won. Boy, if you're reading this letter, then you must have won. And won a victory that I'm sure you earned. I heard about dying from Esther. Now that you're victorious, I promise that you and all your friends will get a full pardon and you will all be set free. And by way of apology, I prepared a little gift for you to use on your journey. Sorry I couldn't be in there and tell you this in person, but I'm a very busy man. Sincerely, Dio. A gift? Cloud, isn't this great? The assistant manager just dropped by and dropped off a buggy for you. Now you can go over deserts and rivers, no problem. Okay, Cloud, I'll be waiting outside. The letter continues. P.S. I just met Sephiroth. He must have a lot of fans with boys your age. Why don't you get his autograph? It seems he's headed toward the south of the river, towards Gungaga. Sephiroth. I guess this is goodbye. Well, if you ever get your own race chocobo, come back. I'll take care of your registration and everything. I'll see you again. Okay, Vicky. Yeah, it's Vicky. It is Super Vicky. Okay, let's put our peeps back together the way we want them. Yes, with I can the blue like are yes, I know how to do this. Okay. First things first. Oh. Restore. Revive. Manipulate. I don't have added effect yet, which is irritating. Negate fire. Sure, Ramu. First thing up, let's also do this. Do a quick save, and then... I've been going for about... let's see. I think I'm good. Let's see, I've been going for about an hour and a half, but I think I'm good. Alright, so, some stuff we want to do here. First, we want to get Aqualung. Well, first, we want to heal. Before we go hunting for Aqualung. Which is a really good enemy skill. Super powerful, but also has, you know, with great power comes great responsibility and a great ability to, like, TPK me in a hurry. Alright, this thing. Alright, perfect. So manipulate lets you take control of an enemy. Oh, okay, that worked. Alright, now we're gonna go back and we're gonna pick up a couple of really useful enemy skills. And it's gonna involve going to the other continent, but White Wind is incredibly worth it. Yeah, I haven't really been super into Destiny lately. I really need to get back to it just because I only need one more triumph to get my t-shirt for the year, and I do want to get my t-shirt for the year. That is very important to me. I gotta get that sweet, sweet swag. What do you main? Because yeah, every Destiny player's gotta ask, what do you main? It's the Moments of Triumph. It's Solstice of Heroes / Moments of Triumph is happening right now, and if you get 15 of the little triumphs under Moments of Triumph, you get the code to order the yearly t-shirt. And you can get, like, your name, like, you get the t-shirt personalized with your name on the sleeve. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm a warlock, too, so, yeah, warlocks. I'm a Voidlock, personally. As we bore everybody out of the channel. I am an Ikora Ray wannabe. Can't remember. I think I might have to go. Where's my... We're all gaming nerds here. Okay. We're driving by map. It is a really, really pretty game. I'm really excited to see, like, when they upscale or whatever, the Cosmodrome and stuff. It's gonna be pretty cool. Oh yeah, he didn't get... Okay. I keep forgetting this is... the one he got Map for Magic was also the one we TPK'd on. Oh, that was... I wish it kind of had a list of, like, what was in the queue. So that you could keep track of what was coming up. Okay, so we'll get a sled fang off next game. Or next fight. Alright. Cycle the restores. Everybody always wants the best healing magic they can get. So I can cross the little shallow areas. That's what I want. Get rid of that. And we can make you go bye-bye. Goodbye. Alright, let's get Big Guard. And to do that, we run around on the beach. And we run around on the beach and we get annoyed at RNG because it's not helping. Alright. So Aerith can one-shot these guys. There we go. So Big Guard is an amazing skill that casts M Barrier, and I think Haste on your whole party. And it's like it's going to be good from now until the end of the game. So definitely want to go back for that. And the other one I definitely want to go, and it's going to be kind of a pain, but we're going to go. So I can drive my little buggy right into Costa del Sol. This is something I did not know you could do, I think. I remember being like, how do you get... That's the beach. Oh, I know where I want to go. I want to go this way. Because I want White Wind. So I can super... For 100 gil, I can stow away. And get back across with my buggy, by the way. Which I think is the best part. It's not just me. It's not just like, you know, Cloud and his friends. It's Cloud, his friends, and their very large vehicle. Unfortunately, you can't go get Great Gospel yet, which kind of stinks. The flag for Great... I think that the flag for Great Gospel doesn't trip until after... I think after Rocket Town is when that flag trips. And we're going to run very quickly. This be the Rufus effect, Colorado, and Overlook factor to help with the cargo. Yeah, whatever. I think I can pay to take a helicopter and avoid all this horrible music. Yes. Take me outside, Junin. Okay, please, thanks. Oh wow, my fan just... Cat! Sorry about that, the cat just knocked the fan over. Yes. Somebody is not happy. Hang on, give me one sec, because I kind of don't want the fan sucking carpet. Mom, please, Mom, pay attention to me, Mom. Mom. Also, Mom. So, there are a lot of enemy skills that are very, very, very good, that are helpful. And obviously, if it's helpful, then the enemy is not just going to cast it on you and give it to you. You're going to have to make them. And that's where Manipulate comes in. Hey, remember when these guys were a pain in the butt? I do miss that satisfying bong when Aerith hits something. What do you mean someone is serious about her FF7 gaming? Because I'm going back now to get White Wind. And also the Mithril. Which we'll talk about here as soon as a second. Yes. Oh yeah, this is how we are a no stone left unturned gamer. Perfect! That is super not what I wanted to do. Defend, red manipulates. I am not this run, we're not. I have put in 80 hours and I have pretty much 100%ed this. Yeah, 100%ing it is, I think, is 85 hours. But we're not doing that here. I got the gold chocobo, I did ultimate weapon, I've done ruby weapon, I've done emerald weapon. So yeah, I have 100%. I'm pretty sure one of the save files on... Where's the part where you cross the river? One of the save files on one of these cards is my master game where I've beaten everything. I don't think I ever got rid of that. Enough with the back attacks already. That's okay. The idea is just to use the break so that we can get... She needs an ether. Boink! Yep. I missed the poink. I gotta say, I missed the poink. But I do like that they made, in the remake, they made Era the completely magic-based character. And I think that was the right way to go for her. Even if we don't get that satisfying plink. Yes, yes, yes. Large materia needs high-level materia. We know that. We need to get into a fight. Actually, let's do this. Let's do a safety save. Never played any of the Final Fantasies. This is a good one to start with. It's pretty accessible. This has been a... you can get it on Steam. You can get it on... PlayStation Network. This is a lot of people's... Yeah, it wasn't on Amiga. This was a lot of people's first Final Fantasy. FF4, yeah, US2 is very good. US3, FF6 is also very, very, very good. Those would probably be my top three. Yeah, not on Amiga. Yeah, we were Nintendo kids. I was an Apple IIc and a Nintendo kid, and most of our Apple IIc software was educational stuff. The music is very good. The Final Fantasy games are... The Final Fantasy games are very much known for their music. The composer, Nobuo Uematsu, perfect. He has always done fantastic work. 164, what do I need to... I need 2 more fights. Okay. AWE, yeah, that would be, yep. Yeah, the PC port of this had some it had some issues with the music because they were able to run it through sound cards, was exceptionally good. I think that the PC port have the scary mouths too. I can't remember. I played the PC port. Alright, who else do we want to run up? Can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I played it. I just don't remember. Slightly higher res, but it looked a little better, but not like it wasn't earth-shatteringly better. The drawn art was not different at all. No, like some of the animation was smoother. None of all the cutscenes, the FMVs were all exactly the same. It was the music, the audio in that port was really where that port shone. So Aerith doesn't have to kill anything else, she just needs to use her limit breaks a bunch of times. PC Court came with the Yamaha soft synth MIDI driver as well as custom sound fonts. Yeah, I believe it. That was the one, the PC port took a lot of flack, but the one thing everybody agreed on was, holy wow, is the sound on this game phenomenal. On Yamaha hardware with MIDI cards. Yeah, it was so good. The Gravis Gamepad Pro. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of those right now, actually, for some of my retro stuff. Who are you? Here. That's not what I wanted. I have to fight 10 more times. And the OG Gravis pad for PS1 knockoffs. That might be what I have that has the turbo on it. I will look after the stream is over because it's in this. And actually, it still might be downstairs. In the box that all of this came from. So we have to fight 10 times. Because he did not give me the mithril. Oh yeah, playing Wolf 3D. Yeah, I have an ADB flight stick, I just need to get it set up, and it's surprisingly, irritatingly difficult to set up a joystick in OS 9. Because I really want it for playing Mech Warrior. I would really, really, really like to stream Mech Warrior too. Analog Pocket pre-orders going live August 3rd. What's the Analog Pocket? I think I've missed something. It's one. The Game Boy Color. Oh, are they actually finally gonna release that thing? Plays all the handhelds. Yeah, no, I remember you okay, now I remember. That'd be amazing if they actually released that. Cool. So you're gonna be getting that and streaming some handhelds, Rex? With hardware accuracy, which is the most important part. And it really is, like, if you're trying to do frame perfect tricks, then you have to have hardware accuracy. That's just a thing. That's okay. I know you're excited about that hardware accuracy because I know that's your shtick. I've only escaped once. I mean, I've been known to caps lock a time or two in my life. Actually, what I should do is swap and give Cloud the one that has Matra Magic. my caps keys get mapped to control the way. I don't have terrific issues with it. I tend to actually, like, when but when I do get excited, I do tend to caps lock a lot. And annoy people. No, I've never used Unix. The closest to any sort of Nix operating system I've used is OS X. No, I never used Unix. Every computer I've ever had has had the shift and caps lock. Or no, I think the caps lock for the Apple II was down in the corner. Yeah, as she looks down and realizes that, yes, the caps lock key is down in the corner, not on the side on the GS. A2 had the control in the correct place. Yes, it does. I'm looking at my GS keyboard right now. Did they give a time, Rex? Do you have to, like, is this gonna be one of those deals where you have to, like, be on the site at, like, midnight to get your pre-order in? Control is left of A, caps lock is at the bottom, end of discussion. I mean, I will say, opens at 8 a.m. anytime, aka my time when so 8 a.m. Okay. Oof. And that's after your vacation is over, right? 7. I need 7 more. What I should have done was save scummed. I should have saved before I went in at 166 and save scummed, but I'm not that smart. Performance comes at a price. Analog comes at a price. Oh yeah, I mean, I do not regret upgrading my capture box in any way, shape, or form. If it's something you enjoy, and it's something that's going to make something that you enjoy easier or more fun, then and you have the scratch. I guess that's like the most important part is as long as you have the scratch to do it, then do the thing. Oop, I did not want to get quite that close. It can play ROMs from SD, right? Not just cards only. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Is it kind of like, does it do that? Because that would be actually pretty cool. Not sure, but I bet that someone's going to release the unofficial firmware that can't. Yeah, probably. Is it? It's like Super NT had. Yeah, I didn't realize you were using a cartridge. I thought you had the special firmware for the Super NT, and that's how you were doing a lot of your like ROM hack streams, Rex. So that's why when I was all like shocked about the cartridge, that's why I legit thought you were using like hacked firmware on the Super NT. Yeah. For some reason, I thought you had the special firmware. And I'm probably getting, I gotta wait and see what my new budget looks like with my new job and how much wiggle room I have. I need to call ISP. But definitely, you get a flash card for my Genesis, yeah. Definitely that's on the list. That's on, so an SD to SNES is on the list. An SD to SCSI. I'd like to mount an SD to SCSI. I have an Apple 20 SC casing that I'd like to put an the stepper drive is, I don't think I can recover it. Unfortunately. So I want to put a SCSI to SD in there and then use, because I think it'll look really good underneath the Mac Plus. Yeah, SCSI to SD is, yeah, I need a couple of SCSI to SDs, let's be fair. But, one at a time. And oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow I have to go get my picture taken and stuff for my badge for my intake. And then a week from Friday I have new employee orientation, and then I was supposed to start professional development on like Monday the 10th, but they pushed it back 2 weeks because of COVID. 3, 4. I need 4 more. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm finally going to get to use some of my technology knowledge, which I'm really excited about. Like, I have always tried to help the technology people, and they never want my help. So I realized I need to become one of the technology people. Actually, that's not true. Some people did, but not everybody. You're just a cooking teacher. How do you know so much about technology? Because I've been playing with it since, like, I saw my dad's Texas Instruments calculator and was like, ooh, shiny buttons. My dad had one of those, so this would have been in the early 80s, mid 80s. I'm going to be a school media specialist, which is what they call librarian now. And a lot of that is dealing with technology, helping teachers with, teaching digital citizenship, teaching like good research and good use of information, helping with technology in the building. I know our media specialists in my old school were, when graduation not this past year, obviously graduation was very different, but a year ago in June, the weather came through and our graduation got moved indoors, which means we had to very quickly on the fly figure out how to live stream it through the building so that we had overflow space. And our media specialists were the ones that were putting work in to get it done. And our technology people too, but they were right there in the trenches. And that was when they're like, you know how to do this stuff, can you help us? First Apple IIgs right after Higer, they hired me in that summer to inventory all the library technology. Yeah, that's... And a lot of the libraries now are turning into maker spaces. That's where the kids that, the like 3D printers. 75, I need 2 more. They knew I would know what all the stuff was on the massive list, yeah. So I'm excited. I am super hype. I'd like to move house to a little bit closer to my new job, but again, that's something that's gotta... I miss I've never been, but I mean, I think that was the moment at my first K-Fest when I knew I had found my people. I was talking to somebody and they're like, oh, what do you like? And I'm like, they're like, oh, you're the one that talked about silicone casting. And, I'm like, yeah, I do costuming and I do this and that. And she said to me, oh, you're a maker. And I was like, that's my word. There's there's this theory that everybody, you know, you have a word that, like, it's your word, and that's my word. They surplused a bunch of the 2Es. I just got one. Yep. I think a lot of people got their first computer that way. For the longest time, I thought that that's how we got R2C, was that it got surplused out of my dad's school. But no, it turns out he actually did go buy a used one because he was a shop teacher and had done so, and he could see where the technology was going, and he knew it would be important for us to have an access to that and understand it. And I will be forever grateful that he did get that 2C and set me on this road that I'm on now. I mean, I would love to go to a maker fair. I wish I lived closer to... There is a maker space, but it's like pretty far from me. And I really wish I lived closer. Sorry, co-worker at the university. I do know that he got a lot of his software from his buddies at school. I'm pretty sure there was a pretty good ring of that sort of thing happening at his school. All right, we're gonna save. So if we don't get what we want, we're gonna save Scummit this time. Yeah, I mean, we had an Atari 20. I mean, if you wanted to be, like, completely technical about it, we had an Atari 2600. We got that when I was in 2nd grade. But we never, I mean, it was a games machine. It wasn't a computer. I mean, it's a computer, but it wasn't a computer. I wanted the basic cartridge for it. Perfect. Yeah, it's just a game console. It did have a basic cartridge, but I don't think it would have been... You needed some funky controllers to go with it. No, you actually didn't? Really? Oh, wow. Was it, like, literally, like, on your phone? Like, was it, like, in an arcade where you just scroll through all the letters to do, like, 10 print? Yeah, I can imagine it was terrible if it's exactly what I'm thinking. Alright, we've got our mithril, we've got our enemy skills. Let's go back across the sea. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like a good time. Which may also be why it never made an appearance in our house, but wow darn did I want that cartridge. Because I wanted to program in the worst possible way. I was so much... Yeah, I agree. And I played with Tristos and whatever basic came with that for a while, too. But yeah, Applesoft, like, the idea of... I think the concept of having Applesoft in ROM was just such a good idea. Having the basic right there. Level 2 ROM basic, yeah. Yeah, I was definitely messing around in some sort of basic on the TRS-80. But I think Applesoft was when I really... Applesoft was a very easy language to learn. And I remember on Saturday mornings, the Scooter Computer and Mr. Chips. I'm pretty sure that's on one of my Schoolhouse Rock DVDs. Atari 400 didn't have basic and ROM, but there was a cartridge which I saved programs on cassette, yeah. I remember reading about having to save programs on cassette, but never having to actually do the thing, which was probably good. Alright, I think I have to bribe the dude. Do I have to use Mr. Dolphin, or can I bribe the dude? At some point you can bribe this dude. Yeah, give me... did I have the Osborne Hayes books? No. For the Apple, no. I just had the AppleSoft tutorial, which I still have our copy of. It's sitting over here on the floor. And the AppleSoft sampler that came with it. Unfortunately for my programming, we got the Apple when I was in 5th grade, and then once you get into middle school, like I still liked playing with computers, but you just don't have as much time. Alright, let's get ready for your own stream. Okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by. I'll try to swing by. Because I'm gonna be done here shortly. I just want to I think we're gonna get out of Junin and then, probably, I don't want to start Gungaga. We'll start that tomorrow. I think I'm gonna try and stream tomorrow. Thanks! Said watch the Twitter. Very occasionally. I did Amiga Bill, I did a talk about retro streaming at Kansas Fest. Dirty tech stuff, joystick dissecting, computer repair. Cool. Yeah, I did a talk about retro streaming and basically it's a behind the scenes of how I do this particular stream with a little bit, ideas to, and I feel like, I'm trying to get more people into this whole retro streaming thing. It's really fun. And it's a great way to, show off what you have and play, give people a chance. I will tweet it once we get, right now, it would be on the second Friday stream. 8 p.m. Eastern. Cool. It would be on the second Friday streams. It's like the first talk on the second half of Friday, if I remember correctly. And whenever we get we're gonna break up all the sessions and put them on their own things. And I'll obviously tweet a link to it when I get there. But if you go to Kansas Fest's YouTube channel and look up Friday evening or Friday second half or whatever we called that particular live stream, that's what it's gonna be on there. Oh goodness. You know what we should do? We probably should find a hotel. We probably should have stopped at one of these places and rested. Probably do that in Coral or in Costa. But for now, I think we're gonna leave it there. I think that's a good, solid stopping point. That's a good, solid day's work. We've gotten through some plots. The next stream, which theoretically is going to be tomorrow, about the same time, maybe a little later. I'm shooting for 5:30-ish Eastern. We'll do Gungaga. We'll do Cosmo Canyon, and then Nibelheim is going to have to be pretty much its own stream because Nibelheim is such an insane thing going on. Oop. So, yeah, so watch the Twitter for announcements about what's happening tomorrow, but definitely going to try and I'm trying to get back on a regular schedule, and I'm going to probably get back to Mondays, but that'll be once K-Fest meetings. We tend to have our K-Fest meetings on Monday, and that's why I have not been able to stream quite so much on Mondays, because it tends to run into those, and those are pretty important. But now that that's over, I'll be able to get back to a Monday. I'm shooting to get back to a Monday-Wednesday schedule. That is my ultimate goal, but for now, I'm going to try and get what I can get. But so tomorrow, about the same time, watch the Twitter. We're going to do some more Final Fantasy VII and see how far we go. I'm going to be installing a RAM mod in my Tandy 102 so I can run CPM on it. Cool. Let me just see. That sounds fun. I've never thought about streaming hardware, but I probably could do that if I really, really, really wanted to. I would just have to get. I would really, that's one of the things. If I ever like my first payout I get from Twitch, which may or may not ever actually happen, the first thing I'm getting is a new webcam. But for now, we're gonna leave it there. And thanks everybody for watching, following, chatting, kibitzing, lurking, whatever you do. I do this stream for you. I enjoy it. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to send everybody over to visit my friend TJ. He's playing Final Fantasy 14, and he's a really nice guy. Tell him Kat said hi. And as always, here at the Lady Aileros Network, thanks for watching.
Hi. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers.